In this episode, the ROUSs stomp through marshland in search of wildlife. Look at historic grand old ladies in Galveston.
And film themselves driving where golf carts were never meant to go. Hi, we're John and Tandy, two retirees that are hiking, paddling, and eating our way across America, one small trip at a time. Come join us on our road trips of unusual size.
Well, we just didn't get enough wildlife viewing time in last week, so we headed back into coastal wild areas. This time, we headed to the Brazoria National Wildlife Refuge near Freeport.
Established in 1966, this 44,000-acre area is the full-time or part-time home for more than 300 species of birds. This area represents both an entry point for some species and an end point and wintering habitat for others. They also have alligators. We failed to spot any last week at Brazos Bend, and we still had that experience to check off our list.
Okay, here's what we saw on our Brazoria hike. We had a great hike and really enjoyed this place. It's huge. We hiked some of it and drove much of the rest.
And we got to see our alligator. Taking a selfie with him was maybe not a great idea, but it seemed like a good idea at the time. I believe he slept through the entire encounter. The birds here were beautiful, and photographers have great access to them in the wild.
We're moving on in a few days, so we had to wrap up our favorite activities. We had one more paddle, this time exploring Christmas Bay off Follett's Island. We also visited the Galveston restaurants that were still on our list.
One of our best activities here was exploring Galveston's historic Victorian homes. We'd just drive up and down the streets in that part of town, gawking and taking pictures, and often holding up traffic. Given the hurricanes that have visited this island, it's amazing that there are this many still around today. But in the 1800s, Galveston was, for a time, the largest city in Texas. But in 1900, a deadly hurricane pretty much wiped the island flat and destroyed 7,000 buildings. Very few homes survived, but some of these old Victorians did.
The next time you're here, spend some time visiting the historic parts of this great city.
Our last segment today is one we call Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. Our neighbors, Darren and Patty, rented a golf cart and generously made it available to us. They said that it was possible to get it to the beach, so we decided to give it a try. We drove down some streets, across a highway, down the shoulder of that highway, down another road, past some do not enter signs, and actually made it onto the beach. We then drove it up and down the beach a few times, looking at the seashore, admiring the beach houses, and trying not to get it stuck in the sand. So this is what that looked like.
Place to walk every day. Be good on your ankles. Walking in soft sand with murder on your ankles. Just be like, oh, back. Look for the
Remarkably, we got the golf cart back unscathed, and our neighbors got their deposit back. Fun was had by all.
That was so fun.
It was great.
See you next time.